Today I'm speaking with Tom Meyers, Chief Executive Officer of eSwitch, and Ron Celander, Director of Engineering of eSwitch. They will be discussing some of the products and services that eSwitch offers. What are some trends you are noticing in the switch market, and how is eSwitch addressing them?
Okay, thank you. We have noticed there are some trends that seem to be evolving in the switch industry. The first and foremost is with the advent of smaller and smaller electronics, there is a need for electromechanical switches that are very, very small in nature, in some cases very tiny. And eSwitch is addressing this trend with additional products that address this smaller and smaller items like handheld devices, items like electronic switchers and digital tools that help drive the electrical market and the communications market especially. And eSwitch has a expanding line of very small products that either in the tack switch area, which are notoriously the smallest item available for this market. And we're also seeing a smaller and smaller package size for rocker switches, for toggle switches, even for snap action switches, which are getting smaller and smaller. So eSwitch is addressing this head-on, and we've always been a very strong tack switch company, and we are continuing to lead in this area in terms of smaller and smaller package sizes. We're about to introduce what will be either the smallest or darn close to the smallest package size for a tack switch available. So smaller and smaller items is one of the items.
Like what Tom is saying is we're going to release a TL3700 product, which is 2.6 millimeters by 3.2 millimeters, which is one of the smallest stack switches available out there in the electronics industry today.
The other trend we're seeing is illumination and the continued integration of LED into electromechanical switches, whether again it's tack switches, push buttons, rockers, or anti-vandal type switches. The use of illuminated product in the electromechanical market is definitely another trend that we see growing.
I have heard that illuminated switches are becoming more and more popular. Does eSwitch have any new illuminated switches?
Yes, to this trend of a growing need for illumination in the market, we do have additional illuminated products. Our illuminated products include tack switches, push button switches, fully illuminated rocker, fully illuminated sealed rocker. Anti-vandal switches is one of the fastest growing categories. A very high quality anti-vandal switch, which is usually a stainless housing that prevents someone from doing damage or affecting the switch at all. So illumination is something that there's really a couple reasons for the incorporation of illumination. One of them being that it's just a better looking, kind of a sexier product that I think engineers are so concerned with design today that an electrical mechanical switch is illuminated. It's just a better looking, a little bit more enticing product. And the other thing that has happened from a return on investment or efficiency standpoint is when you used to have an electromechanical switch and an LED as separate components within your design, that requires additional products and additional assembly. Whereas when they're incorporated together, illumination in the switch, it saves on the production and assembly of the items.
Yeah, absolutely. With being able to incorporate the LED or the illumination inside the switch, it helps meet the demands of smaller products, that type of thing, because now everything's incorporated into the switch. eSwitch has been very active over the last 12 months, introducing numerous amounts of push buttons and tack switches in the illumination.
The illumination element, if you will, that is now becoming part of the category of electromechanical switches is really important. And to answer your question specifically, eSwitch has a full line of illuminated products, or product lines in the rocker and toggle, panel mount, PC board mount, and really almost every aspect of the switch categories for the illumination.
Tell me about eSwitch's line of power products. What are some of the more popular switches in this line?
eSwitch has expanded their power line product pretty dramatically 2 years ago with the acquisition of Lam Industries, which was a very strong power product company. We are now one company. eSwitch acquired Lam early 2009. So we now have a very broad line of power products. Power products would be defined as applications from, let's just say, 5 amp to 20 amp. Would be the range, if you will, for a high, what we would call power product versus traditional electromechanical, which would be in the milling.
Yeah, typically we categorize our product category in the lower amperage, mid amperage, and high amperage. The mid and the high amperage is what we consider the power products, which would range anywhere from 3 to 5 amps being the mid power, and then 5 or 7 amps up all the way to 20 amps.
So eSwitch has a full line now of rocker and toggle, both panel mount, illuminated, non-illuminated, some sealed, some not sealed, process sealed, different IP ratings. So a very, very strong line of power products that allows eSwitch to market to additional markets such as the industrial market, appliance market, cleaning equipment market, manufacturing equipment. So it's a broad market, mostly based here in the North America market for power products that eSwitch is now addressing and attacking head-on.
Thank you so much, Tom and Ron. That was extremely informative. For more information on eSwitch, visit www.e-switch.com. Or, for ordering information, please visit www.onlinecomponents.com.